Did you know that Rapid Finance, National Funding, IOU Financial, and Clear Skies Capital offer the EIN only, no doc business loans? They do. And in today's conversation, I want you to stick around because I'm going to do a very quick compare and contrast between those four players. So we have Rapid Finance, National Funding, IOU Financial, and Clear Skies Capital. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of the Awesome Sweetie Kiwi Show. How are you today? I hope you're all doing fantastic. I'm doing marvelous. If you are to ask me, if you are doing as great as I am, go grab a cup of coffee or tea or vodka and let's roll. In today's conversation, I want to speak to you about EIN only, no documentation business loans. So we have four players, great players, by the way. We have Rapid Finance, National Funding, IOU Financial, and Clear Skies. The first thing you need to understand here is when we speak about EIN only, no doc business loans, we have a trifecta. And this trifecta is so quintessential. The first element of this trifecta is your EIN. The second element of the trifecta is no documentation. And the third part of the trifecta is business loans. So first, the EIN. You got to have an EIN, folks. This is just the basic. You got to go to the IRS's website. You get it. It's done. No problem. Okay. Then you got to have a no documentation. Now, what do we when I say no documentation, basically what I mean is that you got to have some kind of a documentation, right? The lender is going to ask for some kind of documentation, and they usually ask for one. They might ask for a link up to your company's bank account, or a link up to your company's accounting software, or they might ask you to provide the tax returns for the last 3 years or your bank statements for the last 3 months. Okay, so you got to have some kind of a documentation. Even though people say no documentation, you got to have at least one piece of documentation, all right? So that's the second part of the trifecta. The third part of the trifecta is business loan. What I mean by business loan means that you got to have a legit business. So simply having an EIN doesn't mean that you just can walk around and say, you know, I just need a loan. I need a business loan because I have a business. No. You got to run a legit business. You have to incorporate. You have to either have an LLC or as an S corp or a C corp. All right. I don't care if you are a one-person business. You can still qualify for something called single member LLC. Okay. So you got to incorporate. Very important. So you can qualify for a real business loan. And one thing we need to understand is when we speak about EIN only, no doc business loans, we speak about business loans as diverse as short-term loans, long-term loans, invoice factoring arrangements, accounts receivable financing arrangements, merchant cash advances. We also talked about in some cases about collateralized loans as diverse as equipment financing arrangements. Okay, and all those are important. But in today's conversation, I want to speak to you about unsecured term loans with no doc required and with EIN only. And one thing you need to understand also is that you have to talk to the right lender. Speaking about talking to the right lender, you need to understand there are actually four types of no documentation, EIN only business loans. So you have what we call the true no doc business loans. Okay, this is just the way it is. There's no doc. They might ask for just an account statements, but yeah, this is it. A bank statements. And then you have the stated income business loans. This is where they just want you to tell them how much you're making, right? But again, they have to corroborate. They have to confirm what you say with either a link up to your accounting statements or your tax returns or your bank statements, your business bank statements. So besides the true no doc business loans and the stated income business loans with EIN only, you have the low doc business loan, also called reduced doc. And then you have the fourth one, which is kind of new right now. It's called the business payday loans. Those are kind of similar to the merchant cash advances, that we have reviewed on other shows. But yeah, though the business payday loans do not require any documentation except a copy of your credit card sales or your debit card sales. You gotta sell electronically. And no doc loan users are kind of they're diverse. You can use the money for inventory or supplies. You can hire new employees. The call is totally yours. You can use the money how you see fit. Okay, and you can advertise. You can engage in marketing initiatives, marketing campaigns. You can take care of cash flows in terms of your working capital. Your call. And so to find the perfect no doc loans for your company, you have to find out exactly first what kind of liquidity issue you have, what kind of a window in terms of repayments you're looking for. Okay. And you also have to think about the APR you can afford. So you have to think about short-term business loans versus long-term business loans. You have to think about merchant cash advances versus business cash advances. So you also think about invoice financing and all that kind of stuff. Before I get into the rankings here, or the review rather, please check out the short video about our loan. We do have a rigorous approach when it comes to reviewing, categorizing, and listing loans on this show. Check this out. All right, let's start with Clear Skies Capital. And Clear Skies Capital is located in San Diego, California, beautiful city. And this company offers both no doc and doc business loans. So you want to call them. You want to call them to get more information about the evidence you need to provide, so you can get approved for your no doc business loan. Very important. And the number to call is 1-800-230-9822. The number again is 1-800-230-9822. And the email is info@clearskiescapital.com. And in terms of no doc EIN only business loans provided, they provide small business loans, bad credit business loans, working capital loans, equipment financing arrangements, and MCAs, merchant cash advances. Okay. And they offer loans from $5,000 to $1 million. Okay. And they also have lines of credits up to $100,000. And one thing I want to tell you is when you contact Clear Skies Capital, don't worry about your credit score. You can still obtain a working capital loan with bad credit. Working capital means what? It means the number of funds a business can access for its short-term needs, right? So working capital is calculated by adding up all your business's liquid assets and subtracting the liabilities. So working capital equals money your business can access, and this is owed minus its debts. And we love the fact that there is a diverse repertoire of industries that Clear Skies Capital serves. So you have everything from construction to manufacturing to medical and home healthcare to restaurants to trucking to services. So to really apply, it's very simple. They're not asking for a lot of things here. No, they just need the first and last names of the business owner. They want to have the business name itself, the monthly growth sales. And in terms of requirements, they have asked for anywhere from $5,000 to $15,000 in monthly growth sales. You got to put since when you have been in business, so your operational history. You need to include the industry you're in. You need to provide your email, your mobile phone, etc. The kind of basic information. But as we always recommend on this show, you want to call the company first. Again, the number is 1-800-230-9822. I want to talk to you now about Rapid Finance. This is the second player in today's conversation. And when it comes to Rapid Finance, we love the fact that they have a great EIN only, no doc business loan program. Okay, so the company offers both no doc and doc business loans, and you want to call them to get more information about the evidence you need to provide so you can get approved for your no doc business loans with EIN only. So the customer service number is 1-866-224-1162. And they're open Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern. And you can even email them at customer service@rapidfinance.com. and so they're based in Maryland, okay? And we love the fact that they focus exclusively on small business loan financing with no DOC and EIN only, okay? And so you can get your cash can be from the loan amounts rather can range from $5,000 to $1 million. And in terms of credit score, they can go as low as 525, okay? And so with Rapid Finance, you have fixed payments. So you have automatic fixed payments, which are daily, weekly, or monthly. Make sure you confirm the repayment schedule with them, because we've seen in our research that some business owners do not appreciate having money taken out of their bank account, their business bank account, every single day. So because this could be disruptive to your liquidity strategy. So make sure that works for you. If it doesn't, you want to clarify that with them before you even apply. You also need to think about the term options. And the terms with Rapid Finance range from 3 months to 60 months. So from 3 months to 5 years. And you can receive funds really fast. Funds can be deposited into your business bank account within hours after approval. Okay, that's really good. And there you need 3 important things to apply. You need a form of identification validation. You need the business bank account number and routing. And you need the last 3 months of business bank statements. This is it. That's it. You can apply online from anywhere, and you can apply on your device. You just click the Get Quote button at the top of the page, and you just need to let them know about the company and goals. And remember to collect the necessary information. Very important. And then, so once you apply it online, they will review. So their team will review everything. So if Rapid Finance needs more information, they will contact you, and then you get funded. So you apply online, you let them review, and you get funded. So if approved, their team will proceed to send out the approved funds to your business bank account really fast. I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another section of the Awesome City Kiwi Show. I'm still having a conversation with you about no DOC EIN only business loans, and we're talking about large no DOC EIN only business loans. And I have already reviewed Rapid Finance and Clear Skies Capital. Now I want to review IOU Financial. And here is another company, another great player that offers both no documentation and documentation business loans with EIN only. And again, you want to call them to get more information about the evidence you need to provide so you can get approved for your no doc business loan. And the phone number is 1-866-217-8564. The number again is 1-866-217-8564. They are open Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Eastern. Okay, they're based in Georgia, by the way. Okay, and loan amount oscillates from $10,000 to $600,000. The loan terms from 6 to 18 months. And here again, you have a repayment schedule of daily, weekly, or bi-weekly payments. So this is something you need to think about. With IOU, with IOU Financial, you have a 3-minute application, and you are pre-approved in seconds. In other words, they're not checking your credit score. They're not doing a hard pull. They're just doing a soft pull. And IOU Financial has fast, flexible small business loans. And so if you decide to go with them, make sure you have all the documentation ready. Very important, because they can deliver funding within 24 hours. Okay. And one thing we love here is that in terms of eligibility requirements, they have a very basic, what we call basic, because we have reviewed other players on this show, and compared to those players, IOU Financial is very reasonable in terms of eligibility requirements. So they want you to have a total business ownership must equal 80%. So you must be in charge of the business. You must actually own the business. You must have majority equity. The business must be established for at least 1 year. You need to have 10 or more deposits per month in a business bank account. And you need to have annual revenue of at least $100,000. And that's it. Okay. So when you give them a call, they'll give you more information, but this is all you need. And so once you give them all the info and you provide the paperwork, documentation, you should be good to go. I want to talk to you now about national funding. So, national funding is the last lender in today's conversation. And again, this company offers both no doc and doc business loans. You want to call them up to get more information about the evidence you need to provide so you can get approved for your no doc business loan. Okay. And the number here is 1 800 294 1702. And they are open from, again, the number again is 1 800 294 1702. And they're open Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Eastern. Okay. And with national funding, you have a constellation of loans. So you have small business loans with no doc only, with no doc rather, and an EIN only. So you can have a working capital for inventory, payroll, marketing, taxes, and more. And the amounts here range from $5,000 to $500,000. And then you have equipment financing and leasing. So you have business lending options to purchase or lease new or used equipment up to $150,000. So you can see that they offer a good mix of collateralized and unsecured business loans with EIN only and no documentation required. And we love the fact that with national funding, you have a trifecta that is wonderful. You have no risk application, you have a fast, easy process, and then you have personalized service. So no risk application, there is actually no risk to apply and no impact to your credit score because they're just doing a soft pull. Okay. And you have a fast and easy process. So the simple application process allows for a funding decision and funding in as little as 24 hours. And personalized service. So what will happen here is that once you apply and you get approved for a loan, Rapid Finance, that's another player. National funding will assign to you a funding specialist, and they'll work with you. They'll help you secure a small business lending solution for your business, but they'll also work with you and in terms of renewing the loan facility, if you need more money in the future. Okay, this is something you need to think about. And national funding has been around for a long time. They are a great player. They are a national player, and they have provided, according to their website, capital to over 50,000 businesses nationwide. Okay, and they've been around for a long time. So this is a great, solid player. Okay, here we have decision. Which one to choose? This is a decision you have to make. Which one should you choose? So I have compared and contrasted Clear Skies Capital, Rapid Finance, IOU Financial, and National Funding. And of course, we're speaking about large EIN only, no doc business loans, right? You got to ask yourself first your liquidity situation. What industry are you in right now? Is the industry cyclical? Is it seasonal? What's going on in your financials? Do you have languid, lethargic, weak financials, or do you have dynamic, supercharged financials? In other words, are you making money? Simply put, are you making money or are you just struggling right now? So you got to think about it. You got to think about the kind of APR you can stomach. You can think about the kind of loan payments you can stomach. It's all about seeing. Let me give you an example. Let's say they want you to repay on a monthly basis. You have to pay back. You get a loan and you have to pay back $3,000 every month. Can you stomach? Can you eat that? Can you absorb that in your financial in your financial statement? If they were to ask you to pay on a daily basis or weekly basis, so this is the kind of analytical journey I want you to engage in to know exactly what really works for your business. Okay, you got to ask them when you call them. You got to ask the lender if the loan is strictly no doc, requires a bit of documentation, or stated income only. And if yes, what kind of documentation is required? Because the documentation varies. It could be a link up to your business bank account, a link up to your business accounting software. It could be simply 3 months of annual tax returns, 3 months of bank statements. So you want to be very clear here. You also want to ask them about specific features of the loan amount, funding schedule, the repayment term, right? How long you get to repay your loan, the repayment schedule. Is it daily? Is it weekly? Is it bi-weekly? Is it monthly? You also want to think about interest rates, the loan fees, and if there are some collateral requirements. So at the end of the day, it's all about making sure that before you actually sign the promissory note, that you're able to go over all the requirements and be clear about how they affect you. And this is just part of liquidity management 101. It's all about making sure that your cash flows is stable so you can finance your business, you can expand, you can grow, you can buy inventory without alienating your lenders, without actually disrupting your own company's creditworthiness journey. All right, folks, thank you. So in today's conversation, our pick is Rapid Finance. Our score 10 over 10. For national funding, we have 9.5 over 10. For IOU Financial, we have 8 over 10. And for Clear Skies Capital, we have 7.5 over 10. In our view, Rapid Finance is the best. They have been around for a long time. They have closed a lot of deals. They have closed more than $3 billion in capital deals to over 50,000 businesses nationwide. So they have established their credibility. They have been around. I mean, I'm not saying the other three are not credible. It's just that in this rankings, Rapid Finance wins the game. Thank you so much for your attention, folks. I really appreciate it. I will see you another time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.